Hi, once again, my name is Jose Trujillo. I'm a fine art artist, and I'm coming to you from my art studio with another one of my quotes. Let me see, because I always say I don't remember them, but I really don't. Don't try to forgive. Forgiveness occurs when you stop trying. I felt compelled to write about this because of what I was going through in my own life. I think I think that we all, as human beings, have unfortunately and fortunately, we have these weights that we carry around. Unfortunately, because they stop us from hitting our potential, from running harder and faster towards whatever goals we have. And fortunately, because they are teachers, they teach us to live. They teach us that if you keep carrying it, you cannot get there. And it's one of those things. It's bad and good, I guess. When you try to forgive, usually what happens, let me start by saying this. People, this has happened to me, of course, many, many times. Something happens to you, or someone says something to you that hurts your feelings or hurts your whatever. And you start thinking about it. And you start saying, why did this person do this? Or why did this group did this to me? Or why did I say that? Sometimes it's not what someone else does to you, but you're trying to even forgive yourself. Many times that's the strongest one. Not forgive others, but forgive yourself. And what happens is that you start mentalizing. Again, it's one of my made up words. I don't know if mentalizing is the word, but I'm going to keep using it. I'm going to use mentalizing. And you start thinking about what happened to you, and you start, going around it in circles, saying, well, what happened? What happened to me? Why did I do this? Why did I act like this? Or why did they do this to me? And you think that by going around it and thinking about it, and like I mentioned in other videos, dissecting it, opening it up, and trying to string it together and see what happened here. You think that somehow is going to spark insight. And I'm here to, of course, this is my opinion, to say no, it doesn't work that way. Forgiveness is one of those things that happens when you just stop it. When you stop it, you have to stop it. When you try to forgive, what you're doing is that you're putting more logs in the fire. And I know this might sound crazy, but it's counterproductive to want to stop something by fueling it more. No, you have a feeling, or something did someone to you, or you did something to yourself, and you start thinking about it. That constantly thinking and saying, oh, what an idiot, I should have done this, or I should have done that, or what an idiot that person, but I need to forgive, I can't forgive. The only reason you're not forgiving is because you keep bringing it back to life. That is the only reason why you're not forgiving it. The only reason why you're not forgiving yourself is because you keep raising it from the dead. And you don't realize this. No one teaches us this stuff. And people that do, we don't listen to them. I hope you listen to this one. But it's not something that I have handled. It's just something that I go and I remind myself. And I try to remind myself every time I confront it. And I hope that this is also a reminder for you, and it helps you. When you have a situation that you need to forgive, the only path to forgiveness is to stop thinking about it. Stop analyzing it. That will not help you. A thought with a thought, I don't know where I heard this. I think my wife told me about this. I think she heard it from Deepak Chopra, or one of these spiritual teachers or life coaches. You cannot replace a thought with a thought. An experience will replace a thought, a feeling or a thought. And forgiveness, when you're trying to forgive, is this series, of thoughts, and emotions and feelings. And, first it comes into a thought. It's like, oh, I did this. And then, oh, I feel like this because I did this, or whatever. Someone did this to me and this is how I feel. But the thought itself is the engine, And in order to stop the forgiveness, in order to actually forgive, the thought needs to stop. And the way to stop the thought is to acknowledge it. I believe it is to acknowledge it, to say, I feel this. I'm very pissed off because this is what happened. But it is fine. Not fine about what happened, fine that I feel this. It is okay that I feel it. And then continue to focus on whatever it is that you're focusing physically, not mentally. When you're focusing mentally, will only keep that hamster going. Physically, if you're mopping, you're mopping. You know, if you're dealing with clients or in a bank or whatever it is that you do, you're doing that. That's what you're doing. The moment that you go, oh, this is what, blah, blah, then you can never forgive that way. It's impossible. It's impossible to forgive that way. The only way to forgive is to engage in whatever you're doing presently. Whenever you have those thoughts, go presently again. Go to the present moment. What it is that I'm doing right now, I am tempted. I might be tempted to have all these thoughts about, whatever. But right now I'm making this video for you. My name is Jose Trujillo and I'm a fine art artist. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed it.